dream bees. Welcome back to a yoga philosophy video. Today's topic is all about the 5 koshas. So our 5 koshas are these layers of the universe. We're going to consider this like layers of a big sphere. And we're going to be going from the outermost layer to the inside and just going like an onion to its inner core. Now, these layers are very important in understanding yoga and really in understanding ourselves. Because in yoga, we're doing postures and asanas using this physical body because we're trying to go from our outermost layer, from a little bit deeper, and just going all the way within through all of these layers into our core, into our core energy. So what do we mean by the 5 koshas? These 5 koshas are coming from our Hindu philosophy, going into the Upanishads, our ancient texts. And they explain these 5 koshas as 5 layers of our being, 5 layers of consciousness. So our consciousness is always something that is very hard to explain. But the 5 koshas are giving us this guideline as to what is physical, concrete energy that we can understand. And then by going layer by layer, we're going to talk about those subtler energies that are much harder to talk about. So let's start with our first kosha. This is our Annamaya kosha. Our Annamaya kosha is that physical layer. Our physical body is a part of this Annamaya kosha. This is the outside layer of ourselves that we can really see, touch, and feel. It is something that we have to take care of in a physical way. So our food body, the stuff that we're bringing into our bodies, is making up this Annamaya kosha. This is everything that we put onto our bodies, oils and creams, the things that our physical body is exposed to, like toxins in the environment. These are really concrete items that are very easy for us to see. So our yoga practice, when we're doing asanas, we can really understand that physical layer. We can feel how it feels when we stretch our bodies, open it up. We're really playing with that Annamaya kosha, trying to make sure that it is feeling healthy and vital. And everything on the inside counts as well. Our organs, our muscles, our tissue, our blood. This is all a part of that most physical layer. When we take it a little bit deeper inside, we're going to be going into our Pranamaya kosha. And Pranamaya, prana, meaning that vital life force energy, is the same prana that we try to circulate in yoga. So our prana when we breathe is our pranayama, our breathing exercises. So that sense of breath is going a little bit deeper because we're starting not to be able to see the air and oxygen around us, but we know it's there. We know it is something that we can control, that we can breathe in and out, and we know how it feels. That's why the layer is getting a little bit more subtle. Our pranayama is something that we bring all the way up into our mind space, starting to get more into the mind, more into sensations that are maybe harder to explain. Sometimes when we breathe, we feel like little vibrations everywhere. It's a physical thing that we can feel, but it's a bit more subtle. It's not like the muscle. So pranamaya is getting more into that sense of life. As we know in yoga, our oxygen force, that is our life force. As we breathe, we are alive, and we're also controlling that life energy. Going even deeper, let's go into our Manomaya kosha. This is our 3rd layer, and it is all about going into the mind. So we had our physical body, and then we had our breath, our life force, and all this is preparing us to go into the mind, into our thoughts and our emotions. When you're doing your yoga practice, that is sometimes that little click that we feel. When we're doing a posture, when we're holding that pose, we know it's a physical sensation, but then we start to breathe into the pose. We start to send that oxygen and energy everywhere. And then what happens is we kind of start to feel everything on the inside. We start to feel, okay, maybe I'm a little bit stressed. Okay, maybe my mind just can't stop thinking when I find stillness. So that layer is very important into finding a balance in life, into really finding your calm. So we use our physical body to prepare, we use our breath to really get into the mind, and then once we're into the mind, we can feel all of those things that are kind of running quickly, that need to come back to a state of peace. Our fourth kosha is our Vijnanamaya kosha. This is going deeper into the mind. So we know that our thoughts and our emotions are such a big part of us. What happens when we go deeper and we kind of separate ourselves from those emotions? Now we're starting to feel this kind of inner knowing, this sense of intellect. And now intellect, when we're talking about yoga, it's not just how good you are on a scholarly level, how much you can memorize. We're talking about that real deep inner knowing, your intuition, your sense of just awareness, where you really are present mentally. You're aware of what's happening in your mind, and you can connect that awareness to everything around you. So when we're intuitive, sometimes we don't know exactly where that intuition is coming from. Is it coming from a past life? Is it coming from just all of the experiences that you've had in your life? That is this kosha. That is this sense of energy, this layer of energy within you that has a connection to the universe. So if you believe that we are all made up of the same energy of the universe, this is that part of you that is really connected to all conscious beings. So it is knowing more than yourself. It is knowing just that higher self. And that's why this energy is a lot more subtle. It's a lot harder to feel this energy, but we know it's there. And in yoga, when you're doing those postures, when you're in shavasana, and you feel that the emotions are kind of just getting farther away from you, they're detaching from yourself. You are not all of this anger and stress that you may feel in the moment. There's an inner knowing inside that knows that everything is always okay, that knows why you're feeling this anger and that it's completely okay. So we can tell that that fourth layer was going more into spirituality. Our fifth layer, this Anandamaya kosha, that is our sense of bliss. So once you have done all of that work, feeling all of those layers, what happens when they're all connected, when they're all working harmoniously? You just feel blissful. Now, that is that sense of samadhi that we go through in our 8 limbs of yoga, is trying to understand that once our physical body is working, once our emotional body is balanced, then everything else kind of comes into place. So that higher knowing is just reminding you that a sense of peace is always within you. Your Anandamaya kosha is always within you. Because naturally you're born in peace and you are surrounded by peace. what do we mean by that? We just mean that everything in the universe has its place. And the more you are present in this place, and the more that you understand these layers, the more you can be just okay with everything that is happening to you and around you. Because this kosha is not going anywhere. This layer is always there. That's why in that shavasana, the moment you've emptied your mind, your body has been worked out, relaxed. Now you can just enjoy that being. Enjoy all of it. Embrace it. Just feel exactly how it feels. And just that word ananda, that is our bliss. That is that part of you that has eternal happiness, eternal peace. Because it is not something you have to get from the outside. It is something that is always in there. So now that you better understand these 5 layers, what do we do with that information and that knowledge? Now we just apply them purposefully. So you know that these layers are all here. Connect with them. As you do your yoga practice, as you do your 8 limbs of Ashtanga, feel those layers within. Feel your physical body when you do your asanas. Feel that physical body when you put food into your body and when you put things onto you. Really feel it. Be mindful and purposeful. So that way these layers can function. And that way they can function harmoniously together. So feel your breath when you do your pranayama and know that this prana maya kosha is within. Feel your emotions, but know that they are not all of you. They are just there to make you enjoy this experience of life. But there's more important things. Even when you're feeling that it's just a horrible day, that your emotions are all over the place, connect with the other layers to support you. Go more into your intuition. Feel that that part of you is there to support you. And then when you need, go even deeper in your meditation practice and feel that Ananda Maya Kosha. That part of you that is just here with all of us, sharing this experience together, connecting to each other, connecting to nature, so that you can have that sattva, that lifestyle with just a bit more peace and purpose. So I hope that gave you a bit more clarity on this topic. If you have any questions or you want to share your knowledge or experience down below, please share. I absolutely love making these videos with you all and just sharing some of the incredible things that yoga teaches us and that yoga reminds us. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and namaste.